Boys and girls, good morning. This morning we're going to read from our Bible Animals storybook, Moth Madness. And you might actually be seeing some moths now that the warm weather is here. This is called The Real Story from Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 through 34. Money, money, money. Some people will do anything to get rich. Jesus knew that some people were following him to see if they could get money or food. He told rich people and poor people that they needed God a lot more than they needed money. Jesus warned them not to think so much about money. Don't save up on treasures on earth. Moths will eat your stuff, he said, or your stuff will rust, or thieves might break in and steal your stuff. So what were they supposed to do? Jesus said, save up treasures in heaven. Moths and thieves will never get to them there. Plus, Jesus explained, if you're worried about your stuff, that's all you think about. It's better to think about things that count with God. Being kind, loving others, knowing Jesus. No moth is going to heat up heavenly treasures like love and joy and peace and patience and kindness. Moth madness. See all the moths? Not a good thing. Amazing moth facts. Have you ever seen a woolly caterpillar taking its time crossing the sidewalk? That woolly bear caterpillar will turn into an Isabella tiger moth one day, if it makes it across the sidewalk. A boy moth can smell a girl moth from 7 miles away. I never knew that. That's kind of amazing. Moths like night better than day. They use the moon to fly in a straight line. The hawk moth is one of the world's fastest insects. It can fly up to 30 miles per hour. Grown-up moths don't eat your clothes. They can't because they only have mouths when they're caterpillars, about 2 to 4 weeks old. Caterpillars don't like cotton or spandex. They love silk, cashmere, wool, and furs. So boys and girls, you probably don't even know anything about this, but when I was growing up, when you put your clothes away for the winter, you had these things called mothballs, and they had this weird smell, but the reason you used them was to keep the moths away. So I don't know if that's an issue in your house, probably not, but when I was a kid, everything that came out of the winter clothing basket had mothball smells. Have you ever had a toy that broke or quit working? Have you ever seen old bikes or cars that have rusts and dents? Do you have any stuffed animals that lost their stuffing? The things that you play with will not last forever. Stuff wears out. What does last forever? Love. Love won't rust. Kindness. Moths can't eat kindness. Your faith and hope in God. God's forgiveness. These are our real treasures. They never wear out. We get to enjoy them here and in heaven. And best of all, God and Jesus will be there too. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. That's from Matthew. Talking to God. God, would you please help me fill my treasure chest in heaven with things that last? Help me to be kind. Help me love people when it isn't so easy. Thanks for loving me forever. Amen.